The BIS implementation, digital IDs, and CBDCs. After the BRICS meeting in August 2023, the G20, led by India, announced full support for the BIS construction of digital IDs and CBDCs. This includes India, Russia, and China. This is a remarkable global consensus for central control. How can we truly be moving to a multipolar world if all nations are obedient to a group of international banks and organizations in Switzerland?
Well, you can't.
Right,
You can't. There is a huge problem, a huge, as far as I can see, there's a huge contradiction in what the BRICS nations are trying to do, particularly the ones that are civilizational states like Russia, or for that matter, emerging civilizational states like India. And that is, there's too much within their own civilizational tradition that are underpinnings of individualism. There's too much there that ultimately is, as the central bankers press that more and more, they're going to run up against the yoga out somewhere in some little Indian village who says, no, that's not our way. This is our tradition. And sooner or
right.
later that will happen. And I guarantee you it will happen within Russia, both because of the heavy Muslim presence in Russia, which has its own versions of those traditions, and because of the Orthodox presence in Russia.
Well, but if you
Again,
look at Sberbank, which is the biggest bank in Russia, and I think it's majority owned by the central bank. One of the frightening things about the mysterious ownership of the Russian central bank is the central bank then owns a big position at Sberbank and a
position,
lot of
yeah,
other
yeah,
banks. So
yeah.
you're talking about whoever owns the central, they own basically a major leading position in the entire banking system of Russia.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. Let's ask your average Russian if they were forced to take a chip or a tattoo in order to transact with digital currencies from
Not
their bank,
happening.
would not it's
Not
not gonna
happening.
happen. Again, I just think when push comes to shove and they actually start to roll this out, that's when people start to have second thoughts. I
Right.
personally, I
Right.
personally won't take it.
Right.
And I think there are a lot of people that won't.
Right.
And at that point they're going to have to force it, and the moment they say force, there's going to be more pushback. It's an old problem. And I wish Mr. Carson's the best of luck, and all of his double chin children, but it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work.
I feel such an affection for Carson for his little 1 minute statement in 2020 because think of the people we've been able to warn thanks to his honesty.
Thanks to
I,
his honesty, that's
it's
right.
the only time I've ever seen the central banker tell the truth in public. It's the
Yeah.
only time in my life.